This is part 3 of our video on section 5.4. It's on congruent triangles. They're asking, are these triangles congruent? They sure look like the same size and shape, but there's no marks on here. But they're going to tell you some stuff. For example, point K is the midpoint of segment QZ. So we can mark that. If point K is the midpoint of segment QZ, then that means that these segments are congruent. Point K is also the midpoint of segment WV. So we can mark that as well, but notice how I'm using different marks because there's no guaranteeing that this segment is the same length as that segment. The distance from W to Q is 5. The distance from Z to V is also 5. So what that means is those segments are congruent. One more thing. Segment ZV is parallel to segment WQ. So if these segments are parallel, what does that mean about these alternate interior angles? It means they're congruent. Also, these are vertical angles. They're congruent too. Are these congruent triangles? Yes. Let's name this top triangle. I'll name it VZK. It's congruent to this bottom triangle. What goes with V? W does. What goes with Z? And K goes with K. You have 6 pairs of congruent parts, so your triangles are congruent. One more example. They give you a congruent statement, which is very, very powerful. It looks like one statement, but there's actually 6 statements here. It's telling you 6 things. So if it helps you, make some marks. Angle G is congruent to angle K. Segment GH is congruent to segment KP. So we know these segments are the same. Notice how we know segment GH is 23. So how long do you think segment PK is? It's also 23. So we can answer that question right now. They're asking how far is it from K to P? You know it's 23. Segment HU is congruent to segment PJ. Here's segment HU. It's 43. Here's segment PJ. It's also got to be 43, but they're telling you that it's 3 times a number plus 13. And we can figure that out. 3 times something plus 13 gives you 43. You could probably do this in your head. It's going to be 10. 3 times 10 is 30, plus 13 gives you 43. So we know that X is 10. How far is it from P to J? 43. Now, segment GU, we know that's congruent to segment KJ. Segment GU isn't on here, but segment KJ is. It's 22. So that means that this guy's 22 as well.